course it would come to this. Howe's first trip in unseen territory to the regional semifinals will see the defending state champion Chapel Hill Lady Devils. Any year, a showdown of two programs with historic reputations in the playoffs would be worthy of anticipation. But this year, of course it would come to this.
She's going to draw the charge. Guess who?
Is that Jen Honore again?
Of course it is. Who else would it be?
Wow.
Wilson has the long three. Ball out, Molly.
Tonight, in a city with bravado enough to name itself Prosper, they play host to a portion of UIL's land of milk and honey. Two teams collide in the Sweet 16 with hopes of traveling from the evergreens and tall pines to the Mexican Buckeye for the next cannon shots near the Alamo.
That one is good. Nails it. Anderson, you knew it. It was coming.
Tonight, in lands unseen, Jenna and Allie, Molly and Cassidy, Sierra and Trinity, Katie, Peyton, and Landry seek to continue their prosperous hike. The lead dogs go toe-to-toe and use their lines of defense to knock down the aerial assault of the defending state champs and wipe clean the devilish grin and plant the Bulldog Nation flag as queens of North Texas.
Under the basket to Harvey off the glass. That's good, a 1-point game. Sierra Copeland under the bucket, turnaround spinner. That one is good, the turnaround fader. Dirt-like.
Can the Howe girls with the Bulldog inside the Texas find gold and prosper? We're about to find out.
Howe, your Lady Bulldogs are regional quarterfinal champions for the first time ever in school history.
It's time for the UIL Class 3A Region 2 semifinals. It's the Howe Lady Bulldogs and the Chapel Hill Lady Devils. Here we go, live from Prosper, Texas. This is Lady Bulldogs basketball.
Howe Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, TCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exterior.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, if your blood pressure can't get up for this one, you might need to run to CVS and put your finger in that little machine that they have and figure out what's wrong with you, because tonight it is electric. We are at Prosper, and this is a beautiful place, and hopefully for the Lady Bulldogs and their fans, it is a beautiful night when we leave this beautiful place. Justin White?
First, I got to say, that intro makes me want to get up and lace it up right now.
I tell you what.
It's really got me going right there. Got me pumped up for this. But yeah, tonight we come to the point of the tournament here, of the playoffs, where you've separated the pretenders from the contenders. So these are the big boys right now, and Lady Bulldogs are one of those big ones here. And they got the #1 team in the state of Texas on the other side of the court, and they're going to have their hands full tonight.
We welcome in the Blizzard, Blake Burnett. He's our statistician, and Blake has probably some numbers for us tonight going into this thing.
Looks like we're going to be running that scoreboard up, as Chapel Hill likes to score a lot of points. In their first two playoff games this year, they scored 103 and 108 respectively. Now the Howe Lady Bulldogs, their team is set on defense, and they are led by Jenna Honore, the senior guard, as she is a stopper, and she will have her hands full tonight with guarding one of the best players in the state, and Rebecca Crane.
Crane has a storied basketball career at Chapel Hill. She's been a TABC All-State player. She's been a district MVP. She's signed a scholarship to play Division I basketball at Stephen F. Austin next year, join Riley Harvey. And now you can add first girl in Chapel Hill history to score 2,000 points in a high school career. Many may not know This is from her head coach. Many may not know, but Rebecca last year posted over 100 rebounds, 100 steals, and 100 assists last season. Getting over 100 in one category is amazing, but 3 is truly awesome. That came from the head coach, Matt Garrett. And I tell you what, it's going to be here's the thing. When you talk about the best player, offensive player, and that goes down to our friend down there. If you talk to our if you talk to Derek Lands and you want their best player on offense, okay, well, let's go. Give me your best player on offense, and I'll take Jenna, and let's go. Let's roll. Because that's the way this thing pretty much isolates itself out for every game they've played for 4 years. Jenna Honore has matched up against the other opponent's best player. 4 years. So nothing new tonight.
And we talked about this last week, and we've heard in an interview. That's the way Jenna knows that's what her role is. That she's taken on that role as an assignment as being the defensive stopper. So the fact that she knows that that's what her niche is, and be able to play the team, that just helps the team that much more.
If you heard a roar from the crowd, that was the Howe student section. They are in costume form tonight. Not a theme. Everybody's just costumed out. Howe in all white tonight. They're the home team. Chapel Hill in black. They'll wear black shorts, black tops, outlined in red with white numbers. Howe in their white uniforms, trimmed in black numbers with Howe on the front. As you see on your screen, a picture there, Molly Wilson with her right hand in the air. That's exactly the uniform that Howe is wearing tonight. We're just about ready for the national anthem, and the starting lineups here in just a moment will give you that as we're just about ready. You can hear the buzzer, and everybody's on their feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prosper High School, home of the Eagles Nest. Tonight we're here for the 3A Region 2 semifinal game between the Chapel Hill Lady Devils.
You can hear the PA announcer. And there is no doubt, without a doubt, Howe wins the crowd factor over here. They're just packed in like sardines on these green seats.
Absolutely.
And now the national anthem. And with that, it is Region 2 semifinal basketball time in Texas. Just about ready for the starting lineups. And the visitors, Chapel Hill, will be introduced first, as their crowd is right behind us. In front of us is the Howe crowd. Across the court, we are on the floor, across from the scoring table. The Howe cheerleaders are to our right in the far corner. The Chapel Hill is near us in the near corner. And the first starter announced is Rebecca Crane, misses 2,000 points. And the next starter is Kinley Posey. And Keisha Hernandez introduced third. And Mason Garrett, who has 103 threes and 100 free throws on the year. And a 6-foot freshman post is Caitlin Baker. And that's your starting five. Rebecca Crane, Kinley Posey, Keisha Hernandez, Mason Garrett, and Caitlin Baker. And now for your home team, your Howe Lady Bulldogs. Jenna Honore leads them out. She'll shake the hand of head coach Matt Garrett. And here's Cassidy Anderson. She's the only player in Howe history that has started in a game, in a regional semifinal game in two sports, softball and basketball now. Here's Molly Wilson. Here's your junior forward, Sierra Copeland, one of the two twin towers. And right behind her, being introduced last, certainly not least, number 24, your senior, Allie Harvey. And there is your starting five for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. It's Jenna Honore, Cassidy Anderson, Molly Wilson, Sierra Copeland, and Allie Harvey. So Howe is undefeated against Class 3A teams when Jenna Honore plays. Howe's given up over 50 points only 3 times this season and won 2 of those. Pottsboro is the only 3A team to score over 50 against Howe. The Lady Bulldogs have given up more than 39 points only 10 times this entire season, and all of those teams made the playoffs with the exception of Class 4A Princeton and Class 6A Byron Nelson. Howe gave up 34 to Raines in the area championship, which is the most since allowing Bells 49 back on January 3rd when they played without Honore that game. Here's the tip-off. Harvey, Howe's going to control it. Wilson quickly underneath. It's batted away, though. She had Copeland wide open, but it's going to be a pass up top. Honore, now right wing, Anderson. Left elbow to Harvey. Anderson thought about it, right wing, pulled it down, and now the ball gets away from Allie Harvey. She picks it back up, throws to Honore, left wing, up top. Wilson, now right wing, Anderson. Back to Honore up top, guarded tightly. Honore makes a move, drives with her right hand for a little bit, now picks it up, throws a pass inside to Sierra Copeland, who backs up. Anderson, long three to start the game off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Garrett. And quickly down the court is Chapel Hill, and it's stolen away by Harvey. In the backcourt, up Honore. She has it, and there's a press on Honore. Pass Wilson, middle of the court, bounce pass, corner. Anderson, left wing, off. Air ball, no good. A little amped up, are we? Ball goes the other way. Rebecca Crane, who can shoot the lights out. She's at left wing. She shot 16 out of 21 threes in the pregame. She'll drive right-handed. And a great pass underneath, gets away and out of bounds, and we'll see who retains possession here.
There's a block on Molly they called.
Oh, a foul on Molly Wilson. Okay.
You can tell.
Go ahead.
You can tell Chapel Hill kind of likes to run when they get the ball in transition on a rebound. They like to go.
They'll inbound here quickly to Crane, left wing up top. Falling down is Garrett, and she'll pick it up. And here's Crane, top of the key. At the elbow, she drives inside, left hand, put it up, no good, rebounded by Honore. Down the court, Wilson, right side of the court, the ball gets away from Wilson and goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a block against Chapel Hill. Fortune smiles on Molly Wilson.
Yeah, Lady Bulldogs dodged a bullet there. I thought Wilson lost the ball out of bounds there.
Wilson will inbound, looking for Harvey, a bounce pass to her. Guarded tightly by Hernandez. And now right wing to Anderson. Now up top, Allie Harvey, and a pass goes inside to Copeland, but Copeland's going to be fouled. It was a high pass that went through the hands of Copeland, but foul call.
It was a high pass, and Harvey put a little mustard on that thing. You don't have to put it in there so hard because she wasn't too far away from her.
Again, a Tuesday night, Howe was amped up a little bit had several turnovers in the first quarter. Here's a pass underneath and another block on Hernandez. Third foul called already against Chapel Hill.
That's Hernandez's second, too.
And they've already got a sub coming in probably for Hernandez.
Wilson to inbound, 6:25 left to go here in the first, no score. Remember, Tuesday night we went the full first period without a score. Right now it's 6:25 and we're scoreless. Wilson to inbound underneath. It gets away from Harvey. Harvey regains it, thought about the three, makes a ball fake, goes up on the jumper. It rolls in and out. Sierra Copeland on the rebound, in and out. She goes up again, in and out. She goes up again. That one's short. Sierra Copeland padding her stats on rebounds, but no score. Here's Crane. Will throw down deep in the corner for Hall, and now a long ball, which is good by Crane. And there's our first points of the night, which is a 3-ball with missed 2,000 points. Here's Anderson, left wing. Down the court, long pass to Wilson across to right wing. Now Anderson again, left wing. Looking for Harvey underneath, and Hall almost got called for the foul. No call there. A lot of pushing and shoving, and the ball's turned over. Crane has it going the other way. Thinking about the three up top, Honore gets right in her face. And now it's going to be in the corner to Garrett. Now up top, Crane again, and a foul's going to be called on Crane, or is it a block? It's a illegal pick by Caitlin Baker, the freshman.
That's her second as well.
And Jenna Honore was able to draw that. She was trying to go around the screen and got bumped there on that moving screen. So good job by Jenna Honore playing aggressively.
5:29 on the clock. We're rolling. It's Jenna Honore bringing it up. 3-0. Anderson thought about the three, now a pass. Lob underneath. Sierra Copeland off the glass. That's good. House first points of the night, and it's 3-2.
They're going to be able to do that all night long. They've got the size advantage down low.
Especially if you can get the freshman in foul trouble, and she already has one. And there's Crane with her long three off the right side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Harvey. Down the court, she'll dribble to Honore. Right wing looking. She'll back it up. Now a long pass to Anderson. Quick pass. Molly Wilson, top of the key. Rolls in. Ball out, Molly.
She can hit that shot, top of the key from beyond the arc. In transition, able to get it to go.
Crane, top of the key, guarded by Honore. A pick is set. Honore fights through it. And now coming the other way is Sister Crane into the game, Rachel. And now Rebecca will back out. Top of the key, and that was swatted away by Copeland, but a foul is going to be called as the shot was taken by Macy Cox at the left elbow. She can stay in the vicinity because she's going to shoot.
Everybody settle down here, but I can tell it's tense right now.
Harvey is called for the foul, her first, and the free throw rolls in and out. And the student section is right on top of Cox, who's trying to shoot this one. They're right in the face, waving towels in front of Cox. You gotta have nerve, and that one rolls off the front of the rim, no good. Honore has it, and she'll dribble down the court, guarded by Crane. Long pass, Anderson, wide open three. That one is good! Anderson nails it. Howe with an 8-3 lead. 4:18 left to go in the first. Here's Crane down the court. They're setting a pick on Honore. Each time she comes down, they roll off of it, and she fights through it. Here's Crane trying to drive the bucket. It gets away from it for a moment. Throws it to her sister, Crane. Rebecca missed 2,000 points. She tries to get the pick off Honore. Does. She wants to drive the bucket. Now kicks it out right side. A loose ball for a moment. But in the corner is Crane, guarded by Sierra Copeland. And it's going to be a bounce pass, saved, and back to Crane in the corner. Copeland all around her, no room, and a loose ball. It's going to be recovered by Sarah Hall. She'll dribble all the way to the bucket, trying to draw the foul on Copeland. She doesn't do it as Harvey swats it away. The loose ball, Honore has it. 3:33 on the clock, down the court. Wilson dribbling right-handed all the way. A bounce pass Sierra Copeland, and it goes out of bounds on Chapel Hill, and Howe's going to retain possession. Wilson tried to pass it across the lane on the bounce pass, and it was knocked out of bounds.
I tell you what, the Lady Bulldog defense is playing very disciplined. They're communicating. They're staying right in front of their man. They're not letting any easy shots go.
Wilson on the inbound. She finds Harvey deep in the left corner. Harvey turns around. She had a lot of room, but she lost the ball for a moment. She had an easy way to the bucket, and now a foul call as Anderson is knocked down. Going for an interception like is Mason Garrett, but she ran right into Cassidy Anderson.
That's the 15th foul on Chapel Hill.
Wilson to inbound. Sierra Copeland will check out. Trinity Williams checks in. First sub of the night for Derek Lands is with 3:19 left to go. First Howe up 8-3. Wilson looking for somewhere to go. A lob pass to Harvey, very top of the key. And now Wilson stands at the very top. Dribbles right-handed a couple of times. And now to Anderson, right wing. Up very top. Honore, the deep ball. Oh, my! That one from Salina. Deep down the court is Ellis. Ellis and Garrett. Garrett switches with Ellis. The ball gets away from Ellis for a moment. And now to Hernandez, who's back in the game. That's actually Hall. Across, stolen away by Wilson across the lane. Honore has it, and it goes through her hands. Back to Chapel Hill. A deep ball by Hall is off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams. Back to Wilson, and a long pass. Anderson has it. Dribbling to the right wing. Guarded. Looks for Harvey at the right elbow. It gets away. It looks like we're going to have a jump ball. I hope, because there's everyone on the floor. And it is going to be a jump ball.
Well, coming into this game, we knew the Lady Devils could shoot the three. The Lady Bulldogs are showing they can do it. Even though they're not known as a three-point shooting team, they shoot 27% beyond the arc, but they've hit 3 threes so far tonight.
Howe leading 11-3, 2:26 left to go in the first. Chapel Hill came in 33-2 on the season. Howe 28-6. Rebecca Crane into the game. She'll be at the top. Again, they try to set the post on Honore. And a pass underneath. And that's going to be Garrett. And inside, a little shooter, about a 6-footer, is going to be rebounded. Now stolen away by Trinity Williams. Williams going the other way. She'll pull up at left wing and top of the key to Molly Wilson. Wilson to Honore. Thought about the three. Thought about driving for a moment. Wilson. And now back to Trinity Williams. Now in the corner. Honore will dribble left wing. Thought about the shot again. Picked up a dribble. Now throws it to Wilson. Katie Grogan into the game at right wing. She'll throw Honore. Now Wilson wide open three. That ball is short. Off the front of the rim and rebounded by Crane, who'll go the other way. Howe leading 11-3. There's a $1:33 left to go in the first. Crane shoots the three. Rolls in and out. Rebounded by Harvey for a moment. It gets away and now is swatted out of bounds by Chapel Hill. And Howe will have possession. Sierra Copeland checking back into the game.
They've tried to shoot a few threes, Lady Devils are, but every shot is contested. The Lady Bulldogs are playing incredible defense here in the first quarter.
Wilson will pass it to Honore in the backcourt, uncontested. 1:25 on the clock. Honore walks it across. Is going to be guarded by Crane as she comes up. Wilson to her left, and now in the corner, Trinity Williams. Quick shot. That rolls in and out for three. Rebounded by Copeland. She puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Sarah Hall. And now down the court, Crane wants to drive the bucket. She's cut off by Honore. And now a long three by Chapel Hill, and that's good. It's Kinley Posey who drains it and cuts the lead to 5, 11-6. We're under a minute left to go in the first. Honore down the court. Williams in the corner, far corner. She's trapped now, dribbles out of it. A long pass to Honore. Thought about driving, and now another long pass to Williams. Inside, Copeland goes up off the glass. It rolls in. 13-6.
Pure strength there by Copeland down there in the post.
32 seconds remaining in the first. Rebecca Crane dribbles off the screen. She goes underneath, and I think Honore is going to be called for a foul as she blocked the ball out of Crane's hand, but she's going to be called.
That was all ball right there. Jenna played that great.
And I don't know if Honore really needed to block that shot. She was just to keep her hands up and maybe contest the shot.
So Crane will shoot 2 shots right here with 25 seconds left to go in the first period. Howe leading 13-6. She's a great shooter, and the first one's in. It's almost automatic. Again, over 2,000 points in her career. And she'll shoot the back end. Barely even looks up before she shoots it. And now it's a 5-point game again, 13-8. 25 seconds. Uncontested coming down the court is Howe. Honore. Now to Wilson. Wilson in the corner to Katie Grogan. Grogan to Trinity Williams top. Now Honore right wing in the corner. Molly Wilson guarded. Honore thought about dribbling, thought about driving, and now Trinity Williams corner. 5 seconds. 4, Williams is going to put up the runner, and it's good. 15-8. Cold blood. Trinity Williams. Ice runs through her veins as time expires in the first, and Howe has a 7-point lead.
I think coming in, playing the number 1 team in the state of Texas, the defending state champions, I think they're playing superb. Offensively, they're doing well. They're passing the ball around, not forcing anything. And defensively, like I said earlier, they're making every shot difficult. They're contesting every shot. They're staying in front of their man. They've got active hands. I think they're in a good position right now, 15-8.
You know, we watched the first game earlier, and we had Mineola and Winsboro. Winsboro was up at one point, 11-3, I believe it was. And we thought, wow, this game, is it even going to be a game? And here comes Mineola storming right back. So let's not count any chickens or anything like that. There's only a 7-point lead. We're heading into the second, but Howe with an outstanding start to this basketball game.
Absolutely. I know Coach Lands is not going to let them get comfortable here.
Wilson, uncontested, will throw it into Honore. Howe's coming to the left side from our vantage point. They'll move right to left at this bucket. And now a lob pass underneath to Sierra Copeland, and it's going to be swatted away, or actually knocked away, by Chapel Hill and Rebecca Crane. So Howe will retain possession. We're just underway in the second. Wilson wanting to throw on the inbound. She does find Harvey at the right wing. Now inside to Copeland. Turns around, ball fake back out to Wilson in the corner. Back to Copeland, inside, up, that's good. That's bread and butter for the Lady Bulldogs, 17-8.
That's 6 points for Sierra Copeland so far.
Crane, left wing, in the corner, and dribbling down, and now Hall's gonna have it across the lane, wide open for a moment, but back, playing catch in the lane is Sarah Hall, and a foul's gonna be called.
That's 2 on Allie.
Oh boy.
You can't get Harvey in foul trouble. And you get to a situation, if she gets to 3, you got to take her out. But right now, Harvey has 2. And Hall's going to miss the front side with all kinds of characters in her face. There's a pink bunny.
Somebody was dressed as Princess Leia.
The pink bunny is right in her face, and she misses that one. Rebound, Copeland. Honore is going to try to dribble out of the press, and now a pass, Harvey. Long pass, Anderson. Anderson thought about the 3, and she'll dribble it up and kick it out, set up the offense with Honore up top. Now in the corner, Anderson wide open, 3-bomb off the front of the rim. She tries to follow her shot, but it's rebounded by Hall. And Hall will go the other way and quickly pass left side, and now in the corner. Garrett had it for a moment, threw it away, and now another 3-bomb is missed. And a loose ball, hard shot off Anderson. But the ball's going to be rebounded by Hernandez, who puts it up, and that one's good. 7-10, and Chapel Hill wants the foul. It was a hard foul, a lot of contact by Anderson, but no call. Wilson, right wing, across to Anderson. She had the shot if she could have handled the throw, but it goes to Honore to dribble up, the runner in the middle of the lane, no good. She gets her own rebound, turns around, puts it up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Honore again, kicks it out, Anderson, inside to Harvey, and the ball is just a little bit too high.
Great effort by Jenna Honore among all the trees. One of the shortest girls on the court, able to come down with a couple of rebounds there. Just couldn't get it to convert.
So Harvey will check out of the game. And on the floor is Trinity Williams, getting a lot of playing time here in the playoffs. As Howe gets in foul trouble, Williams comes on the floor a lot. Rebecca Crane will bring it up. Honore guarding her. And the ball goes through the hands of Hernandez out of bounds. She just took her eye off the ball, like a quick slant to Des Bryant, who took his eye off the ball and dropped it.
Like she was getting ready to shoot it before she received it.
So here's Wilson inbound, 6:12 on the clock. Your scoreboard is correct, 17-10, Howe in the lead. Honore, right wing, trying to drive in the middle. Ball got away from her, no call. She's stuck for a moment, now throws it out to Wilson. We'll set it up at the very top with Honore, guarded by Hernandez. Honore wants to shoot the 3. Again, it's short to the right and rebounded, and now it's pushed out of bounds. And Chapel Hill's going to retain possession as Molly Wilson must have hit it out of bounds. as Kinley Posey had the ball and it was knocked out. Chapel Hill will retain possession. And here is Crane. Crane dribbles to the right side, thought about the three. Honore knocked it away from her for a moment. It was recovered. And now thinking about another three is another Crane across the lane. Now driving, kicking it out. And a three bomb by Posey, and that one is good. 17-13. Posey's hit 2 threes so far. Honore will bring it up with 5:17 remaining in the second. Now in the corner, Anderson, a long three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Turns around, puts it up. That's no good. Rebounded by Copeland, and a foul call underneath. Is that going to be the freshman again?
I don't know, but good rebound by Copeland there. Again, they've got the size advantage, and they've gone down there a couple of times, and Copeland gets those rebounds and just, she's getting hammered every time she goes up, but able to draw the foul this time, get the call.
Copeland will shoot. Foul called on Posey. First shot off the back, no good. I guess. Copeland will shoot this one. 5:07 on the clock. 17-13. Howe in the lead. Second shot. As she spins it a couple of times, thinks about it, throws it up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Callie Thompson, who's into the game. They'll quickly give it to Crane. She's trying to set the pick on Honore. She'll drive right side, now kick it out. And now a lot of ball action. And now Hernandez, left wing, guarded by Williams. She'll turn around, crossover dribble, trying to go to the bucket. And now kicks it out, and Williams, no. What's that call, Mr. Blizzard?
She stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
It was Keisha Hernandez. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, that was Trinity Williams with a good defense there. Kind of able to use her body, and she stepped on the line. Great defense by Williams.
Honore will bring it up, guarded by Hernandez. Williams, left wing. Does not go for the cutter, Anderson, but now she picks it up. Honore, they'll start over. Copeland at the left elbow. Honore wants to drive, kicks it out in the corner. Trinity Williams, left corner, no good. Although Honore goes straight up, she's going to draw. Oh, no!
Foul's on Jenna.
It's on Jenna Honore. That's going to be her second.
Oh, that's a big foul.
And Jenna, I don't think we've experienced a lot of Jenna Honore being in foul trouble.
That's her second. So got to be careful there. Floor general can't get in trouble. Here's Crane dribbling to the left side. She'll give to Garrett. Garrett now back to Crane. A little back and forth action. We know Crane wants to shoot the three. She's been denied, but there's one right over Cassidy Anderson, and that's Callie Thompson who makes it a 1-point game. That's what Chapel Hill does so best. They shoot the three. Crane has been unable to, but the other supporting cast has been able to. Here's Honore. She's going to shoot a long two. It's off the right side of the rim and no good, but rebounded by Callie Thompson. Quickly to Crane down the right side, guarded by Anderson. She tries to go to the bucket, now kicks it out. Once again, Thompson for three off the back, no good. And it goes almost out of bounds. It's rebounded by Wilson. Long rebound. Now Honore back to Wilson, right wing. Now to Anderson, right corner. Back to Wilson, right. Three. Long shot off the back of the rim. And it's going to be knocked away by Anderson. And come down with Thompson and back to Rebecca Crane. Right wing guarded by Honore. They set the pick on her. She fights through it. She goes right to the bucket and she goes out of bounds. And a foul is going to be called against Sierra Copeland. And Derek Lands is not happy about that. He has a smile, and then both of his shoulders slump. He goes down, touches his knees, smiles at the official, and now is talking to him and telling him, hey, I don't know about that. Crane somehow misses a free throw. It's still a 1-point lead by Howe, but you wouldn't think so after this free throw attempt by Crane. And she misses, so Howe retains the 1-point lead. Honore with the ball after Copeland rebounds it. Honore to Copeland, now back, and a timeout is called by Derek Lands, and he had to scream at the top of his lungs in order to get that timeout.
Loud in here.
Let's take a quick timeout. Let's listen from our sponsors. We've yet to do that. We'll be right back.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm. Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
We have a 1-point game. What do we say? Grab your socks and pull. 3:03 left to go before the half. Howe played an outstanding first period, and Chapel Hill's had a pretty good second period. Howe still retains the 1-point lead. Honore will bring it up. Wilson, Trinity Williams, now up top. Anderson, quick pass. Honore, left wing, looking for Sierra Copeland underneath, and now right wing to Anderson. A long pass to Honore. She comes down with it. Looks at feeding Sierra Copeland, doesn't do it. They pass around the perimeter. A pass underneath is going to be swatted away as they were trying to feed Trinity Williams underneath the bucket. Anderson made a good pass, but Chapel Hill a good defensive play. Wilson to inbound. A lob pass to Sierra Copeland. Turns around, spinner up. That one rolls in. A little breathing room for Howe at 19-16. Rebecca Crane guarded by Honore. Quickly down the court. Hall makes a move on Sierra Copeland. They go straight to the bucket. It's no good and rebounded by Williams. At this point, they're just trying to get the Twin Towers in foul trouble. And now a pass goes out of bounds. It's going to go off of Rebecca Crane, and Howe will have possession.
You can't tell me there's not a lot on the line tonight here. You got girls' bodies hitting the floor all over the place, diving for the ball.
So here's Honore bringing it down the court, guarded by Hernandez. Wilson had a look for a long three at the left wing. Anderson at the top. Now Wilson looks for Sierra Copeland but doesn't. Goes back to the top to Honore. A long three by Anderson! You knew it! How many times can you go to that well? 151, a three bomb, and Howe has a 22-16 lead. The ball gets away for a moment, and Jenna Honore is lucky she didn't get called for a foul. The ball almost went out of bounds by Crane, and now Hall has it underneath and knocked away by Trinity Williams. And Chapel Hill is going to retain possession with $1:36 left to go in the second. Trailing Howe by 6, 22-16. Hernandez to throw it in. Finds Hall in the corner. Now Crane up top. Now in the corner. Now a pass out to Hall. Dribbling through the lane, and a high pass brought down by Posey. And now they set it up again with Crane, who's trying to drive on Honore. She goes up, a nice ball fake, misses the shot. She gets her own rebound. She goes up, off the glass, and good. She's their version of Jenna Honore.
And Honore's had to play careful there on that defensive possession not to draw that third foul.
Honore at the top of the key feeds Sierra Copeland at the high post. Pass underneath, swatted away. Not a great pass underneath. And Trinity Williams is going to get called for a foul. And boy, that was ticky-tack right there.
It was ticky-tacky, and it wasn't needed by Trinity Williams. The ball was turned over already. Lady Devils had possession of it. There was no need for Trinity Williams to go in there and try to get the steal.
It's her first foul on the evening. So you can't get Sierra, Allie, and Trinity in foul trouble. But the good news is that's Williams first.
And that's the 17th foul. It's 1-1 now for Lady Devils.
Posey to shoot. And it rolls in and out. And she'll toe the line for her second shot. 22-19, and the second shot is good. So here's Wilson to inbound. Exactly a minute left to go in the half. Howe up by 2. Honore dribbling against Hernandez. She picks up her dribble, nowhere to go, and now Anderson saves her at the top of the key. Molly Wilson at the right wing will have it. 45 seconds now to Honore. Thought about a long three. Pivoted a little bit on Hernandez, almost drew the foul. Honore will switch places with Wilson, and now Anderson, left wing, throws it underneath to Trinity Williams, who puts it up and misses off the glass. It's rebounded by Hall, and now in the arms of Rebecca Crane, who will drive on Honore, and now kick it out for the long three. Hernandez, left-handed, and Chapel Hill takes their first lead of the night. 23-22 with 15 seconds remaining in the half. Honore down the court, guarded by Hernandez. She'll feed inside to Sierra Copeland. The ball is stolen away by Crane. A fight for it underneath, and Honore has it, and a foul is going to be called on Hall. So Honore with 0.8 seconds will not shoot, as they're not, are they in the, they're not, that puts them in.
That puts them in, yeah, that's 7.
In the bonus cell, they'll be shooting 1-1 now. So a chance to at least tie or maybe take the lead.
All right, here we go. Honore to toe the line. 0.8 seconds to try and tie it at the half. She rocks back and forth. The shot off the back of the rim, no good. Hall comes down and the buzzer sounds. Holy moly. You knew it was going to be like this.
Yeah.
There ain't no cakewalks in the playoffs. In the quarter semis, ain't none.
Chapel Hill took it on the chin, and they came back during that second period and took the lead there with 1. I was kind of worried about the Lady Bulldogs shooting a bunch of threes. I didn't want to get into a shootout with the Lady Devils, but they've been able to kind of hold their own with Anderson hit a 3, Wilson's hit a 3, Honore's hit a 3. Unfortunately, Allie Harvey was not in the game very much for that second quarter with 2 fouls.
The matchup of Crane offensively versus Honore defensively is about as delicious as you can get if you're a basketball fan.
It really is.
Now, Crane hasn't done the damage against Howe. It's been her supporting cast. Posey's hit a couple of threes. Hernandez has hit a 3. Callie Thompson has hit a 3. And we'll give you some stats as the Blizzard is still trying to tally them up, but you know, it's impressive from the standpoint of Howe's defensive performance, but it's also the other way around. If you're Chapel Hill, you're saying, well, okay, they're going to take out our best player, but we got other weapons.
I'm curious to see how many assists Crane has, because there have been a couple of times where you said maybe she hasn't scored, but she's drove to the bucket and dished out to one of her teammates there who are around the perimeter who were able to splash a 3.
Blizzard, let me know when you get ready to a stopping point. But, man, I tell you what, the play of Williams coming in, Harvey didn't play a lot of that second period. That was key. We talked a lot about early in the playoffs, how are the Lady Bulldogs going to manage being punched in the mouth? And they got their hair pulled a little bit by Raines. Pilot Point didn't give them a challenge at all. And then last week, you know, it was, you know, but tonight, the first period, they didn't get punched in the mouth. They got their hair pulled again. Now the second period, they took a little blow across the chin. It's going to be interesting to see how the Lady Bulldogs come out of the locker room after taking that little punch to the chin. And let's talk to the Blizzard and let him fill us in on some stats here at the half.
All right, the 2 leading scorers in the game, Sierra Copeland leads the Howe Lady Bulldogs with 8, and Rebecca Crane leads Chapel Hill with 7. We'll do Chapel Hill stats first. Crane 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Hernandez adds 5 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. And Posey has 8 points, and Callie Thompson has 3 points and 4 rebounds. She came off the bench and was a big spark plug for Chapel Hill to start the second quarter. Howe Sierra has 8 points and 7 rebounds. Jenna Honore has 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Cassidy has 6 points and an assist. Molly Wilson with 3 points and 2 rebounds. And Trinity Williams with 2 points and 3 rebounds.
I think that second half, luckily you'll have Harvey back. I think you got to get Harvey back, Harvey in there, and get her some looks there down low. She has no points here tonight, but you got to go back to your well here of using the inside game. Get Copeland. They've got it a couple times. They've got it into Copeland. They'll start trying to feed into Harvey, see what she can do.
Okay, Blake, you might have said this. Who's in foul trouble for Chapel Hill?
Chapel Hill, Hernandez has 2, and Baker has 2, and Mason Garrett has 1, and Sarah Hall has 1.
And for Howe?
For Howe, Allie Harvey has 2, Jenna Honore has 2, Sierra Copeland with 1, Molly Wilson with 1, and Trinity Williams with 1.
So nobody glaringly in foul trouble on either side, really, at this point.
No, but free throws, Howe is 0 of 3 on free throws, and Chapel Hill is 4 of 10 on free throws.
Well, a lot of times these games are won at the line. Playoffs are most all the time won at the line.
Well, and that worries me a little bit because the Lady Bulldogs have had trouble with free throw percentage. They 59% from the line for the season. And the fact that Lady Devils went to the line 10 times there in that first half, only 3
for Howe.
3 for Howe.
Sierra had 2, and Jenna had the 1-and-1 at the end of the half.
Like I said, having to go inside there and use your post and draw some contact and get yourself to the free throw line, get them into some more foul trouble.
Let's take about a minute timeout for our sponsors. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs Basketball Night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, we're back, and the Lady Bulldogs are walking back on the court. I'd love to have been a fly on the wall there to know what Derek Lance said to his team at the half. Whatever he said, it didn't take very long because they're back, and Jenna Honore is, hey, come on. Don't run back from the dressing room. This is time to relax. She runs back. Did she ever stop?
And she came back, she kind of smiling and laughing, and they look pretty relaxed there on the bench.
I think she kind of, her personality helps this basketball team. She's very relaxed. Nothing really phases her. If you talk to her, she's always in a great, peppy mood. It's just nothing really phases her. And I think that's a good signal and a representation of this team. I think the same can be said for most all of those players. You don't get a smile or a frown or anything out of Molly Wilson. You're just going to get what you get. Not hardly any emotion there, but good leadership.
Well, Molly Wilson, you get a game face, and then Jen Honore, she's the heartbeat of this team. When she had that second foul, that was when I really started was worrying. Is when Jen Honore got in the foul trouble.
The Chapel Hill Lady Devils come onto the court, and their fans behind us stand up for them. I was kind of hoping that we're getting cheers from the student section. I think they're just razzing them a little bit. Not sure what's going on down there.
I think they disrupted them down there on the free throw line.
I think without question they did. They were in them a little bit.
I think they rattled them for sure,
especially early on. And as Chapel Hill comes on the court, they do some drills and shooting drills, and real quickly underneath the basket, Howe is resting. And probably because Chapel Hill has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people on their roster to rotate in and out. Howe has 9. And basically Howe runs out, 7 of those on a frequent basis?
Yeah. I was curious
really
too.
6.
I didn't get a chance to look to see how many the Lady Devils had, how many deep they went in their rotation in that first half. I didn't get a chance to look, but they've got a lot to choose from.
Well, we've seen Callie Thompson, we've seen Macy Cox, we've seen Sarah Hall. So there's 3 that I can count
I think that's the only Rachel Crane as well.
Oh, and Rachel Crane, that's right. So there's been 4 others off the bench come in for Chapel Hill. And Howe has only used Cassidy Anderson and Trinity Williams.
Katie Grogan.
What did I say?
You said
I
Cassidy
said
Anderson.
Cassidy. Yeah, I meant Katie Grogan. Yeah. Well, they look alike. No, they don't. We got about a minute left before the buzzard's going to sound, and with a big shout out right here to Michelle Carney, who's taking pictures of the student section and of everything going on in this place.
We get a shout out too to Jenna Honore's family listens to the broadcast here.
I tell you what, that was fun. Last week, the Honores were sending texts to Jenna's dad, and Jenna's dad let me read a couple of them, and well, I tell you what, that's pretty funny.
They're protective of the little girl.
That's great stuff.
We're glad they're listening. Jenna's playing a good game tonight.
We're going to have a big listening audience tonight from all over. Not only in Texas, not only in Howe, but all over the country. It's the biggest game in Howe Lady Bulldogs history that they have ever played. And the last moments of this game, and they'll switch sides. We're coming out of the half. Howe has their starting 5 on the court. It's a 1-point game, 23-22. Chapel Hill only led for the latter part of that second quarter. Howe has led for the most of the game. And here's Rebecca Crane dribbling through her legs as we're underway here in the second half. They'll switch sides and they'll shoot on the near side. There's going to be a push by Molly Wilson as her hands go straight up. You don't see much. We just talked about it.
Yeah,
no emotion out of Wilson, but she's grinning from ear to ear because she doesn't think that was a push. And her palms go to the sky. And here's Rebecca Crane dribbling at the top of the key. She'll switch. And that is Posey. And now Garrett has it, dribbling around the right side. Now in the corner, Hernandez goes to the bucket. She's going to be fouled by Sierra Copeland. And that was not a smart foul, as Copeland reached around and tried to block it with her left hand.
Yeah, instead of having her arms all the way up, she tried to kind of hover over and get a block in and got drawn for the foul.
You can't have that. As Copeland, it's only her second foul. And the first shot by Hernandez is missed. We want to say hi to Vanna Foster, a graduate of Howe. They're listening out in West Texas area, and that one is good. You can hear from the crowd behind us. 24-22. Chapel Hill in the lead. Honore to Harvey, right wing inside, stolen away. They were trying to feed Copeland, but it was knocked away. And here comes Crane the other way, left wing, guarded by Honore. Now dribbling, trying to draw the foul, and now kicks it out to Hall, guarded by Harvey. And Hernandez is going to drive the bucket. It's blocked by Harvey, trying to find somewhere to go, and now she finds Honore on the bounce pass. Honore trapped behind the line, might have double dribbled, they didn't call it. Chapel Hill wants the call. Top of the key to Copeland. Copeland, a long lob into Harvey, and a pass outside. Quickly, Anderson, one dribble to the left, shot, 3 in and out. Rebounded by Copeland, put right back up off the glass, it rolls out. And now Posey down the lane. And now Crane has it on the right side. Back to Posey, long 3. That one's no good, rebounded by Copeland. To Honore, 6:35 left to go in the third. Honore dribbles, cut off by Hernandez. Copeland top of the key. Copeland looking for somewhere to go, finds Wilson now in the corner to Anderson. Inside, Harvey up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Copeland, put right back up. Tie ball game.
Well, I said you need to get Harvey involved. They got her involved. She missed it, but Copeland right there to clean her up.
Here's Crane, right side of the court. Honore waiting on her, and a moving screen is not called, and now there's Hernandez and Garrett. Now Crane shoots a 3 off the right side of the rim and short, no good. Rebounded by Harvey. Now Anderson has it, hands it off to Honore. Honore in the corner to Wilson. Wilson to Harvey, inside to Copeland, not a great pass, it's swatted away, but Anderson has it. A wide open 3 off the back of the rim, no good. and Copeland can't come down with it. It goes out of bounds, but Howe's going to retain possession, and Chapel Hill's going to be really irate as it goes off of Crane, and they thought it went off of Harvey.
Cassie Anderson had some decent looks there last couple of possessions, just can't able to connect.
Posey guarding, and now Wilson inbounds to Harvey. Under pass across the lane to Wilson. Stolen away, and a scramble for it, and I think a jump ball, and that's what it's going to be called as Copeland went down with it, and also Crane.
That last bucket by Copeland, she secured her double-double on the night. 10 and 10 so far.
Amazing.
10 rebounds already, really.
Yep.
Wilson to inbound, looking underneath the goal. A long pass out middle of the lane, right elbow. Harvey turns around, ball fake up off the back of the rim, no good. And a rebound by Crane. They retreat to the left side of the court. Crane wants to shoot off the screen by Honore. Now to Hernandez in the corner. Her sister Crane, and now back to her sister Crane. Rebecca kicks out, and almost a walk, but she doesn't get called. Top of the key, coming near side is Posey. A bounce pass is stolen by Honore. Honore to Wilson, back to Honore. 5:03 on the clock here in the third. Honore top of the key, gets a partial screen, and now a pass underneath is knocked away. It was intended for Harvey. Ball out, three to Molly. It goes in and out, rebounded by Harvey, and a foul is going to be called underneath, and Harvey, I think, is going to shoot.
She got the offensive rebound, able to draw the foul on the rebound, have a chance to go to a charity stripe for maybe her first points of the night.
Lady Bulldogs will retreat. They leave Harvey all alone by herself, facing the student section, who does not give her the same treatment that they did Chapel Hill. They just put their hand, the number 1, in the air as she shoots instead of waving towels. She misses the first one. It's 4:51 on the clock. Tie ball game. Same score as the number on the back of Harvey's jersey, 24. And she breaks the tie with that one. 25-24, Howe in the lead. 4:51 on the clock, and it starts to tick. Rebecca Crane crosses midcourt, dribbling right, dribbling left. Now right-handed, motions to Thompson to come up. Now Thompson's going to have it. She wants to drive the lane, left-handed. She'll go to the near corner. Crane into left wing, drives to the middle of the floor, turnaround jumper. That's in the middle of the lane. It's no good. Copeland tried to fight for it. A foul is going to be called on Copeland?
I think so.
Oh, my.
Okay.
That's her third. And Derek Lance can't believe it. He can't believe it. An inbound pass from Garrett to Crane. It's Jenna Honore is going to draw a charge on Crane. Crane barely touched her with her right shoulder, and Jenna flopped like magic.
They called the moving screen on Baker on that. But
I like my call better.
I don't care. She drew the offensive foul. Who cares? Drew the offensive foul, got the turnover, and Honore hit the ground there on that one.
So the freshman does pick up her third foul, Caitlin Baker. And Honore will bring it up. 4:16 on the clock. 25-24, Honore right wing, guarded by Crane. Now Anderson, right wing. Now into Harvey off the glass, and good. Banks it in, beautiful. Howe extends the lead by 3. Under 4 minutes now. Crane, top of the key, dribbles between her legs. Now dribbles left side, puts it up. The run jumper from about 10 feet. That's good. 1 point game, and a timeout has been called. And Derek Lands is really upset, screaming, jumping. Lands was on a pogo stick for a moment. And he's still not happy, and he's still screaming.
I think he wanted a moving screen on that Crane jumper there.
And the official turned his back.
Well, Blake, that funny.
And even Chapel Hill agrees that they're horrible. I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm just depicting what Lands is saying and what the fans said behind me.
Well, funny you mentioned about the moving screen, Blake, is I was thinking Rebecca Crane does such a good job of working off those screens to be able to get her shot there, and she was able to get a little mid-range jumper. Now, whether or not it was a moving screen or not is the question.
She found the space and pulled up, and it was easy money for her.
What? Lanza's still chewing on his ear. Coming out of the timeout. Here's Honore dribbling down the right side. 346. Honore, a long pass. Anderson, left side. Back to Honore. On her pivot foot. Anderson, long three, left wing. Short, no good. Rebounded by Hall. She's going quickly down the court. Honore getting ready to set up a charge. As she cut her off, and everybody stops. But a wide open Rachel Crane shoots a three, but it's off the back of the rim and no good. Now Honore after a Trinity Williams rebound. Howe with a 1-point lead. 3:19 left to go in the third. Long pass. Wilson at the right wing. Now Harvey, top of the key. Now Anderson left wing. Back into Harvey, inside, up, off the glass. That's good. Harvey do what Harvey do. 29-26, 3:05 on the clock.
She's got 5 points here in the third quarter. I'm telling you, you get her involved, you can really help your team out.
Under 3 minutes. Crane to Garrett, dribbling to the right side of the lane. Tries to draw a foul. She just fell down. She was trying to draw a foul on Harvey. She bumped into her and fell down, sliding like she slid into second base.
And the official was like, no, there's no call there. No charge, no blocking.
You're going out of bounds.
You just went out of bounds. Ball. Turnover.
2:53 on the clock in the third. Honore will bring it up uncontested. Crosses the line. Wilson to her right at right wing has it. Now inside Harvey. Corner, Honore goes to baseline around. She's turned around and stopped. Out to Williams, who thought about the three. She'll drive in. It's stolen away, an armbar. An armbar by Posey to Williams, but Williams, I believe, is going to be called for the foul. It was an armbar to the face.
Yeah, Williams lost control of that ball and got the foul call on the way back. But, man, they're letting them play right now in some instances.
Well, not right there.
They haven't been consistent, I'll say that.
Well, I agree. It's been consistent both ways.
Yeah.
Now, Chapel Hill had a lot to argue about in the first period. Howe had a lot to argue about in the second period. And now I guess it's kind of even here in the third.
It's consistently inconsistent.
So we're coming out of the break with Williams, Honore, Anderson, Wilson, and Harvey on the floor. These girls have been to battle many times before, and Wilson glares at the other end. And here's Crane bringing it up. And Crane will dribble to the right side. She'll kick it out. Hernandez, that one's off the side of the rim, no good on the three bomb, and rebounded by Anderson. She'll dribble it up, now pass it out to Honore. Now in the corner to Wilson. Inside, Harvey, turn around, glass, good. Harvey, that's what she does. She's done it for 4 years, and she extends Howe's lead to 5, 31-26 as we're under 2 minutes. Crane with a long three. That's what Crane does. And a timeout's been called. So a 2-point game. And Crane is so smooth with her shot.
What an answer.
A minute 58 on the clock here in the third, and Howe with a 2-point lead, trying to get to tomorrow.
Harvey's got down there in the block. The last couple of possessions, they've been feeding it down to her, and she hasn't been really double teamed, and she's been guarded by a shorter girl, so she's been able to take advantage of that. And like I said, she's got 7 points now here only in the third quarter.
Well, they put Crane on her, and that's 5'8", guarding 6'3", and that says mismatch all day long.
With the freshman not out of the game, but in huge foul trouble, Harvey's just eating right here in the third.
Yeah, you got to continue to go to her until they stop it.
I mean, it's just Cocoa Pebbles time under the basket.
She has 7 here in the third already.
Wilson will inbound to Honore uncontested. Under 2 minutes. And Howe traveling to our right. Honore, right wing to Wilson. Dribbles twice, 3 times, now turned around. He's got to find somewhere to go. Finds Honore right behind her. Honore is going to bring it up to the top of the key. Long pass. Anderson for a long three. My goodness.
He shot that from Preston Road.
Reunion Tower style. Rebecca Crane quickly down the other end. Honore is going to pick up another foul. She swatted that one away. And Honore is going to pick up her third.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's her third.
Crane, a very, very intelligent player. These are 2 4-year starters going back-to-back at each other. And Crane trying to get Honore out of the game. I'd do the same thing if I had that young lady trying to guard me.
I'd go right or make her put her in foul trouble.
4-point game as the first free throw is good, second one not. 34-30, a minute 19. Top of the key, Wilson. And now Anderson, left side top. Now in the corner to Honore, right wing. A pass underneath to Williams is knocked away by Hall and recovered by Chapel Hill. And here comes Crane, under a minute left. 34-30. She kicks it out. Right side, Posey for three, no good. Rebounded by Harvey. Here goes Honore. Quick pass, Anderson dribbling to the left side of the lane, puts it up, left-handed. It almost goes in, but she draws a foul.
They called a
Or
charge.
they called it a charge. Oh my. Oh.
And you thought Coach Lands was unhappy earlier.
And here's Crane going the other way, 42 seconds. 34-30, Howe in the lead. Crane dribbles behind her back, guarded by Honore in the middle of the lane. Honore draws the charge! You gotta be kidding me! In the biggest game Howe's ever played, Honore does what Honore does.
We knew it'd come eventually. Took 3 quarters, but we finally got it at a crucial time of the game.
Honore will bring it up under 30 seconds. Elbow, alley, Wilson left wing. Honore, top of the left wing. She'll dribble to the basket. Loose ball underneath, and a fight, scramble for it underneath. And I think Howe's going to retain possession. Did it go out of bounds, or was there a foul call?
They called a foul on Hall for Chapel Hill.
So checking into the game for Chapel Hill will be the freshman again, Baker, and also Thompson. Thompson's hit a three.
Harvey went down, and she's up, but she's slow getting up.
Thompson's about the same size as Peyton Ford for Howe. Very similar, even the blonde hair. Wilson to inbound, throws it out. Harvey in the corner, 14 seconds. Jumper from the elbow, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. She puts it up and rolls in. 10 seconds. Anderson draws the foul and she'll shoot to try to cap it off.
Cassidy Anderson down on the blocks, cleaning up glass.
10.7 remaining in the third. Howe with a 3-point lead. Anderson dribbles 4 times. Backspin on the ball is good. Howe with a 7-point lead. Katie Grogan will check into the game for Honore, who desperately needs a break and will get 10 seconds and a big round of applause as she comes off for a second. Hall comes into the game. And now it's going to be Garrett down the court. 6, 5, ball gets away. Williams, a lot of contact, nothing called off the glass. Garrett hits it from her knees off the glass. 37-33, I can't believe I saw that shot. She shot it from the floor. A prayer went off the glass into the net.
And they're saying that's a 3-pointer, Monty. That was a 2.
That was a 2, clear as day.
Her knees were inside the arc.
There's no way that was 3. Right now, as it stands, is a 4-point game, and Derek Lands is completely upset.
If Howe leaves us by 1 point, come back to that right there. She shot it from her knees. It was a good shot there by Garrett. Threw up a prayer there at the buzzer, but her knees were inside the 3-point line. That was a long 2.
Her whole body was inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, it wasn't even close to being a 3. So 37-33. And you can hear the crowd right now, man.
Oh my. We begin the fourth. 2 teams trying to live another day. It's going to get raucous. Here's Crane. She's at left wing, guarded by Honore. What a matchup. She'll drive to the right elbow, kick it out. Hall thought about it again. Dribbles to the basket. Tries to kick it out to Hernandez. She does. Goes baseline, kicks it out. Garrett for three. That's long. No good. Rebounded by Honore. Underneath the bucket to Harvey and back to Honore. No pressure. 7:33 left to go in the game. Long pass to Anderson. Right wing. Pass underneath. Stolen away. It was intended for Copeland, but it goes away from her. And now down the court, Hernandez, left wing, guarded by Honore. Rebecca is wide open. And you know what happens when she's wide open for three. She drained it, and it was a mismatch as Honore got caught on Hernandez. And Copeland was guarding Rebecca Crane. And Lands is telling Copeland something and said something to Honore as he is really in disgust.
I wonder if it's some kind of a defensive assignment because, yeah, Rebecca Crane got left wide open at the top of the key, the best player on the floor, arguably, and able to shoot a three and pull them within one.
That's 16 points for Crane, and she is 3 of 6 from three as well.
All of a sudden, Crane went from a non-factor in the first period to a factor.
Well, you knew you probably weren't going to be able to keep her quiet all night long. Jen Honore's done an outstanding job at just making things difficult for her.
So Wilson will inbound to Honore here. Still waiting on Chapel Hill to get back out on the court. Coming out of the timeout, Howe leads 37-36. 7:15 left to go in the game. Howe trying to live another day in their best season they've ever had. Honore, top of the court. Wilson, right wing. Looking for Copeland in the middle. Turns around, right elbow. Anderson, long three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Harvey. She puts it back up. She's fouled. She'll shoot. The bucket was no good, but she'll shoot.
It's so nice when you can shoot a three and be able to rely on a 6 foot 1 post there to clean up.
That's
and Harvey did exactly that.
Foul.
What is that?
Crane's third foul.
A 60% free throw shooter is Harvey as she toes the line, and that first one rims in and out, no good. And the student section takes a collective breath that almost knocks the hair back of Harvey. They're staring right at her with the finger in the air. Harvey's second shot off the back of the rim, no good. Howe's got to shoot free throws better than that. Coming down the court quickly is Posey. In the corner is Hall. She gets around Harvey and now throws it out, an errant pass. And a push is going to be called.
I think on Harvey, too.
No, I think it's Copeland. That's her fourth.
It is Copeland's fourth foul.
Wow.
And now Trinity Williams will come back into the game. 6:50 left to go in the game.
And they're at 1-1, Chapel Hill.
It'll be Hall to shoot to try and tie the game. And Williams will check in. Sierra will check out. Coach Martin did the substituting there.
Yeah.
As Lands never even said anything. He never signaled for Sierra to come out or Trinity to come in as he was in the jaw of the official. And that free throw ties the game at 37. 6:50 left to go here in the game. Hall will shoot the back end to try to take the lead. Howe has led most of the game. The second shot is off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Williams. Long pass to Wilson. She'll dribble to the right side of the court, picks up the dribble, looks for somewhere to go and finds Williams at the very top of the key. Williams, Honore wants it, give it to her, she got it. Now to Anderson, left wing, ball over the top of her head, long pass to Wilson, right wing. Setting up the post is Harvey, turn around, shot, that's off the front of the rim and no good. A foul is drawn. Who's that on, Blake?
It might be on Crane. It's Crane's fourth.
Oh my, that is a fourth foul on Rebecca Crane with 6:29 left to go in the game.
They brought over help there to double team Harvey, but she was able to get the shot up quick enough and draw the foul.
She may be her and Sabria Dean, and Harvey makes the front end to take the lead. Crane and Dean may be the best players in this building this weekend. Dean eliminated earlier, and Crane has 4 fouls, and Harvey hits the back end. Howe leads by 2 with 6:29 left to go in the game. Crane will dribble right-handed. Honore tries to fight through a moving screen. And now Hall has it, right wing, turns around Harvey. She hooked her, but Harvey blocked her shot. And Anderson has it down the court. Anderson's gonna pull up. She's fouled by Posey. Chapel Hill again upset, and Howe goes nuts. Checking into the game is Caitlin Baker, the freshman, who has 4 fouls. Is that right?
Yes. No, she has 3.
3 fouls.
Baker has 3. Crane has 4.
So 1-1 here for the Lady Bulldogs.
Anderson will shoot. Honore on the floor. Williams on the floor. Wilson and Harvey. That's the first. That's no good. Off the side of the rim. It bounces away, and here's Crane with 6:06 left to go in the game. Howe with a 2-point lead. Honore guarding her, fights through the screen. Crane a long 3 off the side of the rim, no good. A scramble for it, and it goes out of bounds. And Chapel Hill is going to retain possession. Garrett to inbound. Finds the freshman in the corner. Crane up top, guarded by Honore. And now Garrett in the corner. Hernandez wants to shoot the 3 left-handed. That rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Honore. Going the other way with 5:45. Somewhere to go as Honore picked up her dribble. She's got to throw it. She finds Wilson across the line. Wilson's going to pick it up and give it to Williams. Now Honore, top of the key. 5:34 left to go in the game. Honore, right side. That's Anderson on right wing. Williams posting up underneath. Harvey, top of the key. Honore, left wing. Honore guarded by Hernandez. Anderson, a long pass to Wilson, left wing. Wilson, perimeter action, a long pass to Anderson. And now another long pass to Wilson. Now another long pass to Harvey. Up underneath, and a foul going to be called on the freshman as Harvey drew it at the right elbow.
Now that is her 4th there.
Harvey's going to shoot with 5:09 left to go in the game. Howe leading by 2.
Good job there by Harvey. Got the entry pass there at the left elbow and kind of got sold it a little bit as she got bumped.
Harvey's first shot rolls in. 3-point lead. Derek Lands pacing slowly, puts his hands on his hips, looks up at the scoreboard, now looks at Harvey's second shot. That one is nothing but net. 4-point lead, 5:09 left to go in the game. Crane will bring it down. She's got 4 fouls. Honore is going to have to fight through the big freshman, and an elbow shot by Crane off the back of the rim, no good. Williams comes down with it. She throws a long pass to Anderson at left wing. Now a long pass. Wilson had a wide open 3. She didn't take it. Honore, top of the key, guarded tightly by Hernandez. Now Wilson guarded. And now a high post action. Oh my goodness, Anderson for the longest 3 I've seen in quite some time. That one from South Oak Cliff. 4:29 left to go in the game. Howe with a 7-point lead. Crane dribbles in, cut off by Honore. Left wing, fights through a screen. Crane tries to drive, middle of the lane, shoots the jumper. That one's good. Honore to Wilson. Wilson back to Honore, 4:12. Come on, clock, let's go. Honore, Wilson right wing. Inside elbow. Allie Harvey turns around, pass underneath to Williams, knocked away, but Howe's going to have possession as we're at 4:01 remaining. Everybody breathe for one moment.
And Sierra Copeland is back in the game now.
Posey will be guarding Wilson, who's going to try to throw it in. A long pass inside. Anderson back to Wilson for 3. Long shot way over. Rebounded by Hernandez. Now to Crane. It's a 5-point game. 3:52 on the clock. A switch by Posey and Crane. Crane thought about the 3. Guarded now by Copeland. Now Hernandez left wing. A switch as Honore is right in the hip pocket of Crane. Now has to fight through the screen and now fight back. Here comes Crane near side. Harvey tries to knock it away and does, but Crane regathers. Sierra Copeland goes out for it. Somebody's wide open. They don't find her. Hernandez wants the three, guarded by Allie. She goes around Allie on the baseline, and she steps out of bounds, and Howe will have possession. Great defensive play by Harvey to set the standard right on the baseline.
Used her body there to her advantage and able to just enough to push Hernandez out of bounds.
She's going to have a stroke. 3:10 left to go in the game. And a timeout. A timeout has been called?
Yes.
A timeout has been called. And the Howe faithful erupts. What are we looking at, Mr. Blizzard?
Cassidy Anderson's big here tonight. She's made 4 threes and has an and one on the block. She adds 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Sierra Copeland has her double-double. Allie Harvey has 10 and 7. Trinity Williams has 7 rebounds, 2 points. Molly Wilson with 3. Jenna's been more of the defensive stopper tonight. She has a 3-pointer and a steal with 3 assists, though.
Who's in foul trouble?
Sierra Copeland has 4 and Jenna Honore has 3. For Chapel Hill, Rebecca Crane has 4 and Baker has 4 as well. Rebecca Crane has 16 for Chapel Hill to lead them, and she has 3 assists.
You said Crane has 4 fouls?
Yes, she has 4 fouls. If I was Howe, I would go at.
I was about to say, I would do that.
Attack Crane because we have a bigger body on her.
Oh, doctor. It's getting a little antsy here in Prosper. The Lady Bulldogs trying to live another day with a 5-point lead with 3:08 left to go in the game. Wilson to inbound, looks across to Allie Harvey in the lane, puts it up and rolls out, no good. Copeland trying to rebound it, and she ties it up with Crane. A great job by Copeland to go up and try to rebound it. The Chapel Hill faithful wanted an over-the-back call on Copeland. They didn't get it. Howe's going to have possession out of bounds and inbound it right here. Wilson, lob pass. Harvey right elbow. Thought about the shot. Kicks it out. Wilson inside Harvey. Turns around. She loses it. It just fell out of her hands. And Chapel Hill will have possession.
And they went at Crane there as she was guarding Allie.
Here comes Crane down the court uncontested. Honore waiting to meet her in defensive position. Cuts her off. And now Posey, and now Garrett drives the bucket on Wilson. That one's no good, rebounded by Copeland. A pass out to Wilson. A little pressure now from Chapel Hill. Honore in the backcourt, got to get it across. Does so to Allie Harvey. 2:32 on the clock. Honore, top of the key. Everybody is in the bonus. Anderson, right wing. Had Harvey posted up. Now a long pass underneath the Harvey. Goes up. It rolls out, but she's fouled.
And Crane fouled out.
That's Crane's. That's her 5th foul, and she's out. Maybe the best player, one of the best players I've ever seen, will exit the game. And everybody stands in this arena.
Well, they did exactly what they needed to do, is keep feeding it down to Allie Harvey, and at the same time able to draw the foul on Crane, get her out of the game, their best player. And now Harvey has a chance to add a couple more to the scoreboard right now.
Timeout before Harvey can shoot the free throw. Howe has a 5-point lead with $2.19 left to go in the game. And I'm like you, Justin. My palms are a little sweaty. I'm rubbing the top of my pants. Woo!
Well, right now, keep doing what they're doing. I love how they're on the defensive end of the floor for Howe. Every time they drive, Howe has always got their hands up. They're not trying to block a shot necessarily. They're not trying to reach in for steal. They're playing the passing lanes. They're so disciplined on defense. They make every shot hard, every drive hard for the Lady Devils.
There are about 300 or 400 or 500 people across the way that are just antsy, so antsy to erupt. The student section, they want to. I guarantee you, they want to run out there and rip down the goal.
We can see some of them. They're holding on to the bar there.
A 5-point lead. Chapel Hill does not have the best player on the floor. She's fouled out. Rebecca Crane is gone. Howe has their starting 5 on the floor. They've been together many years. Harvey's going to shoot the front end, and that one is good. And Papa Harvey sways back and forth in his cowboy hat, overlooking his daughter as Harvey puts in the back end, 46-39. Garrett to bring it down, 2:17 on the clock. Garrett left wing, driving on Copeland, now kicks it out to Hernandez, guarded by Harvey. Now to Posey, they're running around the perimeter, switching back and forth. Garrett guarded by Wilson. She'll try to drive the bucket, she goes underneath to the freshman who had a wide open shot, but it goes through the hands, and now Garrett has it to the top of the key. She wants to shoot a three. She does, it's good. 46-42, it ain't over. A minute 51, and Garrett nails a three from the top of the key, about a foot and a half behind.
And that's what they needed right there. They were down by 7. If they would have got if Lady Bulldogs would get a stop there, could have really been in the driver's seat. But now it's a 2-possession ball game, down by 4. I've never felt the Lady Bulldogs have rushed anything on offense tonight. And this possession right here is important coming up. Not to rush things, not to force things.
It would be a 5-point lead if it weren't for the call on the knee three that was made earlier in the game. You just really don't hope that plays into a factor. We had a great look at it because it's about 15 feet from us. Lands was across the way about 35 yards, and he saw it.
Well, I think the other side of the arena could see where that was at.
So it's 46-42. We're coming out of the timeout. And Howe trying to live another day. Harvey, Anderson, Copeland, Honore, and Wilson trying to scave off a 4-point lead in a minute 51 left. Wilson to inbound against the press. Looking for somewhere to go. Gotta hurry, finds Allie Harvey. A deep bomb down to Anderson, it's over her head, and it goes out of bounds, a turnover. The pass was just a little too high. And now Chapel Hill, with a minute 47, is gonna go uncontested down the court.
All right, guys, let's be aware of that press on it when he comes back.
Garrett will bring it down, and she'll drive to the left wing to Hernandez. Hernandez turns around, drives underneath. She's cut off by Copeland. She'll spin around and go to the left wing. Now still dribbling, trying to drive again. Cut off by Copeland again. Hernandez still dribbling. Hall at the top of the key, a minute 24. They're gonna set it up. Hall at the right wing, and now another three by Garrett off the front of the rim and no good. Honore, a fight for it, and it's gonna go out of bounds. And Howe's gonna have possession with a minute 13 remaining in the game. Howe with a 4-point lead. Facing the press again, here's Wilson to inbound. Harvey and Honore in the front court. It goes to Honore, a bounce pass back to Wilson. Wilson pulls it up, she has a dribble, and now she does dribble. She's got to pass it somewhere. So over her head, a long pass, and something's going to be called. A timeout. Very, very strategic timeout by Derek Lands, as he'll gather his troops with a minute 4 left to go in the game. And Howe leading by 4.
That was a good timeout, like you said, to be called, because Molly Wilson was dribbling along the sidelines underneath her own basket. The clock was ticking. This has been the Achilles heel for the Lady Bulldogs, our full court presses. They've had a hard time at trying to break them. That free throws.
If there's a weakness, which there's not many.
There's not.
But free throws, foul trouble, and the press. Those 3 items, one of them is gonna, if Howe's gonna lose, you hope they don't. You hope they win the whole thing. But if they're gonna go down, it's gonna be because of one of those items, if not all 3, and you hope not. Let me reiterate. I got a hotel booked in San Antonio I don't want to cancel.
2 of those 3 could probably happen here. The full court press is coming, and they're gonna start fouling here before too long.
And the Howe crowd comes to their feet. A minute 4 left to go in the game. Howe trying to live another day. Wilson on the floor to throw it in. Harvey and Honore stand at the free throw line. They cross. Honore trying to get away. And it goes off of Chapel Hill, and Howe will do it again. As great defense by Hernandez. Hernandez right in the teeth of Honore. And Honore turns around and says, hey, Copeland, Anderson, come on up. We need help. Wilson trying to get it in. Has Honore now trying to find somewhere to go. She's trapped. And a pass to Harvey underneath. And now Honore ties it up. Possession's going to go to Chapel Hill. Harvey slow to get up, but does. 57 seconds left to go on the clock. And now Chapel Hill to throw it in underneath the basket. Their own basket. Thompson to throw it in. No, she'll switch. And now Garrett will throw it in. A box look and a wide open three by Hall, and she nails it. Miscommunication. And now a timeout's been called with 52 seconds, and it's a 1-point game. They've done all of this comeback without Rebecca Crane. It's the press that's bit them.
Again, we've seen this movie before.
We got about 45 seconds before they head back on the floor after the timeout. But the Lady Bulldogs have got to figure out something to beat the press. Something's got to switch.
Well, when they're trying to inbound it, Chapel Hill has 4 defenders right here in the backcourt. And the Lady Bulldogs only have, you have Wilson trying to throw it in and Honore and Harvey trying to get the pass.
The two in the backcourt need to get up closer.
Yeah, they need to come up closer. The two in the backcourt need to come up closer to get the pass.
Well, they're hoping for the long pass to get it out across. The safety valve across the line. Here we go. Wilson to inbound. We're waiting on the clock. There it goes. 52.8 seconds left to go in this game. Wilson to inbound. Honore blocks out her defender. And 5 seconds has been called against Howe. That was a quick 5.
That was a fast 5.
Quick 5, yeah, quick 5.
So Chapel Hill will have it inbound underneath their basket with 52.8. Hall will drive the bucket in the middle of the lane, stuffed by Copeland, and here's Honore going the other way. 45 seconds on the clock. She'll turn around, look for Harvey, and she's fouled. And Howe erupts on the far side as Honore will shoot.
What a block by Copeland down the other
You
end.
had to have that because Howe couldn't get out of their own end on the inbound. You had to have the defensive stop, and Copeland did it. And here's Honore. You need to sink this, young lady. And she does. 2-point game, 41 seconds left to go. Anybody else? Palms sweaty?
Absolutely.
Honore's second shot. Good!
Ice water right there.
41 seconds. No pressure from Howe. Garrett will bring it down. Guarded by Honore. Honore cuts her off, and now a deep bomb by Hernandez. Rolls in and out. That's no good, and a foul call, I believe.
Foul called
On Copeland? No.
on Wilson.
On Molly Wilson. That's her third. But more importantly, shooting the ball at the line is Hall. First shot rolls out, no good. Second shot with Copeland and Harvey underneath, ready to rebound. That ball is up, and that one's good. We're back to a 2-point game. Harvey will inbound quickly. She's got it to Wilson. She's trapped. She throws it down, and a foul call is going to be on Hernandez. Harvey went down hard. She just tripped over the feet of Hernandez, who got called for the foul. That's her third. Go ahead.
Allie 7 of 10 from the free throw line here in the second half.
Now, I don't know if they drew it up this way, but Harvey threw the ball in this time instead of Wilson.
It looked like Chapel Hill wasn't ready for that miss exchange there.
Land says something to Honore. As everybody retreats, Harvey will shoot. That one's short off the front of the rim, no good. Deep on the other end of the court is Copeland, Anderson, and Wilson. standing right behind Harvey is Honore, who shoots her second shot, which rolls in. 3-point game. And now a little pressure from Honore as Garrett will bring it down. Posey actually has it in the corner. She's going to dribble baseline, tries to put it up. Blocked by Harvey, who saves it in for Hall. Hall runs around the three-point line, almost dribbles it out. She regains her composure. Wilson gets right in her face where she was going to shoot the three. A pass underneath. Now wide open Hernandez for three. Ties the game at 49. 5 seconds left. And now a pass underneath, stolen away by Thompson. Missed,
Overtime.
goes out of bounds, and we are headed to overtime in Prosper, Texas. I do not believe what I just saw.
Oh, my.
Coach Martin with both hands on top of his head as Chapel Hill has come back to tie the game with under 10 seconds left, and we are headed to overtime.
And they almost won it there, Monty. I didn't see who that was that got a steal.
Callie Thompson stole it, and she had a layup, but she missed it for Chapel Hill.
And now you talk about the three-pointer inside the lane a moment ago. This game would have been over.
Yeah, it would have been over. We'd have won by 1.
Wow.
We said we hope that didn't come down to it when she shot it off her knees right before the half. It's come down to that.
And they did all that to come back down by 6 without their best player, Rebecca Crane. Shows the heart of a champion for Chapel Hill there.
Hal's going to have to scave off. And let's talk about this. This is not favorable for Howe either. Foul trouble. Who we got?
Sierra Copeland with 4, Jenna with 3, and Molly Wilson with 3, and Trinity Williams with 3. They just have Baker with 4 because Crane's already gone. Hernandez has 3 as well.
If it's a bench game, that favors Chapel Hill. And we'll tip off. Harvey will tip off against the freshman. They'll change. They'll switch sides as they'll stay the same side here on the same side of the court. As Baker, the freshman, will jump it off against Harvey, the senior. Starters on the court for Howe. And this is Howe who controls the tip. Wilson quickly down left wing. Underneath to Copeland, guarded by Baker. Long pass, corner. Anderson wide open. 3-bomb! Anderson! 3:45 left. Howe with a 3-point lead, 52-49. Garrett wanted to answer back. She'll drive through the middle of the lane, put it up on the runner underneath. Reverse layup is good. 1-point game. Honore, no press. Here's Wilson. Now back to Honore. Harvey says something to Wilson as they run down the court. Honore dribbles up, guarded by Hernandez. Wilson, right wing, almost stolen. Harvey has it underneath to Copeland. Turn around, up, jump, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Honore. Put it up, draws the foul. Honore will shoot with a 1-point lead. 3:14 remaining.
Amazing. Jenna Honore finds herself underneath the basket, blocking out and able to get an offensive rebound.
This is Holyfield Tyson at its finest.
That's 4 fouls on Hall for Chapel Hill now as well.
She's a shooter as well. Honore dribbles a couple of times, puts it up, it's good at the free throw line, and Howe has a 2-point lead. Grab your socks and pull. She got another shot. Dribbles 3 times. The free throw spinner rims in and rims out, rebounded by Baker, the freshman. Garrett will bring it up. Top of the key, guarded by Honore. Baker tries to set a pick, double pick on Honore. And there's going to be a push against Honore.
I believe so.
They had 2 picks on either side of her. Honore went to one side, and Posey fell down. They called it on Honore, and that's her 4th.
Double bonus for both teams in overtime as well.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of flopping there on that one.
Well, I said it was Posey. It was not. Apparently, it was Hall. Because she'll shoot. 3:04. That one no good. Rebounded by Harvey. Long pass to Honore. Another long pass to Wilson. Right wing. Now a long pass to Honore, top of the key. Taking some time off the clock. Under 3 minutes. She'll dribble right-handed. Copeland, the big body at the high post. A pass underneath to Harvey. That's up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Hall. Got to be careful. And a traveling call against Hall. And Hall is upset. And Howe is going to have the ball underneath their basket with 2:45 left. Wilson to inbound. Anderson deep in the corner right. And a jump ball up to Harvey. That's off the back of the rim, no good. And here's Garrett wanting to shoot a long three off the back of the rim. That's no good. Copeland goes up with it. Nobody's going to out-sky her. And a long pass, Anderson by herself with Baker. A jumper. That's off the front of the rim, no good. And now rebounded by Harvey. Turns around off the glass. She puts it up. The crowd erupts. 2:18 left to go in overtime. Howe with a 4-point lead. Garrett, top of the key. Baker setting a pick. A flop by Hall. They don't call it this time. Nowhere to go. Hall at the right wing, thought about the three. Hall against Copeland, kicks it out. In the corner, Hernandez guarded by Wilson. Now she'll bring it to the top. Turns around, goes to the lane. Underneath, the reverse bucket. She could have had a wide open shot. Harvey blocked it. Copeland gets it. No call. Chapel Hill wants it. Here's Anderson deep in the corner. She'll turn around. 1:36. Wilson has it. They'll play keep away. 1:30. Harvey turns around. She'll dribble to the top of the key. A foul is called. A push. And Harvey's going to shoot.
Good decision by Cassidy Anderson. She got a fast break there and held up to kind of set the offense. Didn't try to force a shot.
Does anything come easy?
Not against the defending state champions, it's not.
Hall fouled out for Chapel Hill there, too.
That's the end of Hall. 55-51. 1:26 left to go in overtime. Harvey's going to shoot. It rolls off the front of the rim and rolls over the rim into the net. 56-51. Second shot, I don't know how anyone's sitting down over there. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Posey, who will take it up herself. Right wing, cut off by Anderson. Thompson in the corner, she'll bring it up top. Thompson 5'5", guarded by Harvey. That's a mismatch. Left wing, now the freshman. Freshman turns around, throws it over the head. Who tries to save it, and Honore has it in her hand with 1:03. Honore to Harvey. The ball gets away, and a foul is called against Thompson, who turns her palm to the sky and screams no, but she's called for the foul.
That's all that Lady Bulldog defense there, cutting off passing lanes, and they call the errant throw and the turnover.
A minute exactly on the clock, and Honore's going to shoot. Chapel Hill with 10 fouls, Howe with 9. Honore rocks back on her toes. 2 bounces and the shot off the right side of the rim and no good. That'll make you free throws. Copeland, Harvey, Wilson, and Anderson in the backcourt. And Harvey screams something at Copeland as if calm down. You got to be calm. You got to be calm. Honore's second shot is good. 57-51. A minute left. Hernandez will let it roll. And now she'll pick it up, guarded by Honore, who sprints backwards. Garrett trying to drive the bucket, beats Honore to the bucket, off the glass and good. And a timeout's been called. It's a 4-point game with 52.9. That was unusual. Not too many people beat Honore to the bucket.
I wonder if that was a little bit of Honore didn't want to foul the fouler.
Yeah, the 4 fouls had something to play with that one, I believe.
Has she got 4 right now? Jenna?
Yeah, she has 4.
Wow. Now you know what's probably coming here. Down 4, 52 seconds to go. Is probably going to be the press coming here pretty soon. So Lady Bulldogs got to be disciplined in there and trying to break the press.
Whew. All right. Everybody breathe. One big breath on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chapel Hill will come back out on the court. You know they're pressing. You know they've got something up their sleeve. Howe's trying to draw something up to try to combat whatever they've got up their sleeve. Matt Garrett, their head coach, the defending state champions. Howe trying to knock them off with a 4-point lead in the Region 2 semifinals.
You got to come to the ball.
52.9 left to go in overtime. Wilson under the basket, trying to bring it in. Harvey and Honore. And the pass is going to go to Harvey, who turns around. She's fouled, no call. Wilson down the court. Honore has it. She's going to turn around and beat. A foul is actually called a flagrant foul on Rachel Crane. Honore was fouled hard, and they called a flagrant foul on Crane.
Crane looked like he lowered a shoulder into Honore.
That could have been called a week ago when the Honore family wanted to jump through the phone. If they saw that, they would have done it again.
Could have been called twice a week ago as she was tackled.
Honore will shoot all by herself. 57-53. You can tell by the Howe crowd what just happened. 58-53, Honore drills it. 46 seconds remaining in the game. Honore to shoot a second technical shot. This one is good. 59-53. She gets double hands from Harvey, who comes up to her. Nobody's smiling though. Wilson to inbound. She had Copeland open. Harvey wide open under the basket. Left-handed layup is good. 61-53. Howe in the lead. A steal by Copeland. Honore trapped. Throws it to Wilson. Wilson trapped. A pass got by Copeland. And another foul has been called. Howe in clear control with an 8-point lead with 33 seconds remaining in overtime, and Copeland to shoot at the line.
Allie Harvey got loose there on the inbounds pass, and they got a turnover there after the next inbounds pass.
Lands looked at Sierra Copeland and said, calm down. Her first shot is off the back of the rim and no good. She pushed it. And now he says something to Honore, who will stand right behind Copeland. Everybody else is in the backcourt. Harvey, Wilson, and Anderson. Copeland's second shot. Off the back of the rim, up, bounces, no good. Rebounded, coming near side. A long three, a bounce pass underneath. Trying to save it, and Chapel Hill is going to retain possession as Allie Harvey tried to save it, and it went off her hands. There's 26 seconds remaining. Howe has an 8-point lead. Trying to head to tomorrow. Garrett, inbound pass to Crane, her sister, into the game. And this is going to be Crane. She puts it up, and a foul is going to be called on Sierra Copeland. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it on Copeland.
There's 18 seconds remaining in overtime. Howe leads by 8, and Rachel Crane is at the line. Also a senior, as a standing ovation comes out for Sierra Copeland, who checks out of the game. She shakes the hand of Matt Garrett. She tells Trinity Williams that you're guarding 4. Anderson talking across the lane to Molly Wilson. A lot of pointing and talking and screaming because it's loud in here. Crane's first shot left-handed, no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it up, but there's 2 shots. Hey, if you don't know, why not?
There you go. Everybody's got to block out here.
8-point lead, 61-53. Crane, her second shot. That one's up front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Thompson. She's trapped by Harvey and Honore, nowhere to go. She finally throws it out to Garrett, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Williams is going to be fouled hard by Thompson in the back, and Williams turns around and smiles. She's going to shoot with 7.7, and Howe comes to their feet. They know what's coming.
What an effort by the Lady Bulldogs.
What an effort, man.
I mean, what an outstanding team effort.
All the way around team effort.
Williams, her first shot. You hear that? That's the Howe crowd. They like it. She made it. 7.7 left. She's going to shoot the back end. That one banks off the back of the rim. No good. Coming down the court. A long, desperate three off the side of the rim. Garrett, the time has run out, and Howe screams and runs and jumps in the middle of the court. They're hugging each other. The student section goes nuts. The Howe crowd is on their feet, waving towels. They finally get a hold of themselves enough to shake hands with Chapel Hill. And Howe, your Lady Bulldogs have knocked off the defending state champions in overtime. 62-53. You live another day. See you tomorrow. Same place.
I don't know if anybody gave the Lady Bulldogs a chance here against the number 1 team in the state of Texas in Class 3A. But all I got to say is now, do we have your attention now? Do the Lady Bulldogs have your attention now? They have fought off a valiant effort from the Lady Devils.
And now the all-important team photo being taken by Michelle Carney once again. A team photo in a moment that has never taken place in the history of Howe Lady Bulldogs basketball just took place, and they erupt with the student section. Everybody on pogo sticks.
How about that?
Blizzard, is your pen smoking?
Yes. Still smoking as we speak.
Well, let's talk about this a little bit while Blake can try to put out a fire down there. Your MVP.
It's a tie between Cassie Anderson and Allie Harvey. I mean, Allie Harvey had, I believe, if my calculations are correct, 19 points all in the second half. And then Cassie Anderson, I believe she had 4 threes. I'll get Blake to 5 threes to correct me on that.
Wow.
And for the Lady Bulldogs, who shoot 27% from beyond the arc for the season, they hit threes when they needed to. I mean, it's just
Chapel Hill came into this game. All eyes were on Rebecca Crane. Her three-pointers. Everybody talked about Rebecca Crane. As a matter of fact, Jake Fawnbacher came up to Derek Lands in the week and said, hey, how do you feel? I feel pretty good. I hear they got a good shooter. So do we. That was the conversation. And tonight, it wasn't Rebecca Crane. Tonight, it was Cassidy Anderson.
Absolutely. I mean, what can you say about this? I mean, and Sierra Copeland, who had kind of a quiet night points-wise, only had 10 points. Well, had double-double. Wouldn't say that was a quiet night. And then Allie Harvey, like you said, in the second half. Molly Wilson played great defensively. Probably something you won't see in the stat line.
The game should have never went to overtime.
No, absolutely.
The shot right here I'm pointing at near me in the left lane, left wing on the near corner. Garrett put up a last desperate shot for 3 as the time was expiring. Her body was inside the three-point line. She heaved it. It went up. She didn't even look. It went off the glass into the bucket for 3 they called. It was obviously 2, which would have made a difference on the final tally. But, hey, ain't nobody complaining right now.
Dodged a bullet there.
Howe still jumping.
The 5-star.
Oh, they see their youth players and they jump. How about that? They're youth fans. They have fans. When you're in this situation, you have fans, right? Are you ready, Blake?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
My MVP for tonight's game is Allie Harvey. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal. And more importantly, she was 9 of 14 from the free throw line tonight. That is huge for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. Sierra Copeland gave the Howe Lady Bulldogs a double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds. She also had 3 blocks. Jenna Honore with 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. And she kind of shut Crane out in the first 2 quarters. Anderson had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Trinity Williams added 3 points and 7 assists. As y'all talked about earlier, Anderson hit 5 threes in the game tonight. Her and Crane matched each other point-wise, both with 18. Anderson had 5 threes, Crane had 4. So we'll get to Chapel Hill stats now. Crane, 18 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. But she played hard all night. And then with the Chapel Hill team in foul trouble, she had to guard Allie Harvey. And then that was the mismatch that Howe used in the second half to get her in foul trouble. And she eventually fouled out. Hernandez, 9 points, none bigger than the 3 she hit to send it to overtime. Posey, 8 points. Garrett, 10 points. She should only have 9, but they counted that as 3. Thompson, 3 points and 4 rebounds. She played hard all night on the defensive end. Hall, 7 points and 5 rebounds for Chapel Hill.
Well, anybody else feel like they need a nap?
I'm amped up right now.
I've never been so nervous during a high school basketball game.
That was amazing.
And the atmosphere in here, if you weren't here tonight and you were listening, you need to get here tomorrow because this atmosphere, nothing touches it.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? This is a great place to be. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, right?
1 o'clock, I believe.
1
That's 1 o'clock.
tomorrow.
1 p.m.
That means the first game, is that right? So we shouldn't have any delays, I don't think, right?
I think that is the only game.
That's the only
That's
game
the only
tomorrow.
game, yeah, that's the only game.
Play
So
Winnsboro.
Winnsboro tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll go live at noon 45.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody good with that?
Everybody get some sleep. Be ready to go
get a good
tomorrow.
night's
We'll
rest.
have some highlights cut by tonight. I'll do that at some point. Again, hey, I don't know how we pick MVPs on this team. I really don't. You can make a case for Allie Harvey. You can make a case for Cassidy Anderson. You can make a case for Jenna Honore. You can make a case for Trinity Williams. Any night can be somebody new. It's the greatest thing about this team.
I think that's what
And it's Sarah Copeland, duh.
I think that's the beauty of this team is it's not just one person you're depending on each night. It's everybody's got their niche, everybody's got their role, and it showed here tonight again.
I just love how we say Sierra had a quiet night and she still had 10 and 12. Like, that's not quiet.
All right, let's sign off of this thing. My mother's here. Hey, speaking of Lady Bulldogs, I didn't want to throw it out there for everybody, but hey, I'm going to throw it out there now. She was an all-district basketball player for the Lady Bulldogs back in the day and was, from what I understand from other people, was quite the ball player.
So she's probably loving this.
She's here, and I got to drive her home tonight, so we got to pack up and go. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including the Blizzard, our statistician down there, Justin White, our color analyst, Carson Grogan running the scoreboard all night for you. I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you tomorrow, 12:45, same place, right here in Prosper, Texas. So long, everybody.